Hello and welcome to another edition of Andy's Shed Live. How are you? It is Sunday the 28th of May. I hope you've had a great week this week. And as I say, this is episode 11 of Andy's Shed Live. And to celebrate the fact that we've now got 10 shows in the can, as it were, and we're on to our second set of 10, we thought we'd have a bit of a special show this week, and we'd showed you a little bit behind the scenes of what we do here at Andy's Shed Live on a Sunday afternoon stroke Sunday evening, because it varies a little bit what time we're on, doesn't it? By the way, I know we've started a little bit early this week, but next week we will be back to our normal 7 o'clock time. Okie dokie. So here we are. And I can show you something a little bit different as well today, because we've got two cameras. Now, are you ready for this? Didn't do it. Hang on. There we go. And there you can see the other camera. Now, that's a slightly wider shot, and you will also notice that that is a better image. If any image of me is a better image, but yeah, you'll notice an improvement in the quality of that image that you can see there. And the reason that that image is improved is because that is using our new camera, the one that we are experimenting with, the new high definition camera, and that is using the old low definition camera still. And we are going to be swapping to the high def cameras. We're going to be swapping this low def one to a new high def camera soon, because we're quite pleased with the way the new high def one is turning out. Now, I say we're taking you behind the scenes, and this is the beginning of it, because this camera that you're looking at me on now is normally focused on the desk. This is the one that you normally see me doing stuff with my hands on the desk when we're mending telephones and all that kind of thing. And if you want to know what camera it is, because one or two people have asked me what camera it is, I've got the box for it here. And it is one of these. It is a Trust webcam with LED lights, and it says Spotlight Pro on it. 1.3 megapixel sensor, dimmable LED lights built in. So it has got LED lights built in, although we don't use them here. And also a built-in microphone, which is what you are listening to me through now. Now, it's not the greatest microphone in the world, and you can probably do better audio, and we are looking into that. But for video, it's quite good. And if you want to know where you can get one of these cameras, basically this one came out of my local Maplins. I think it was about £15 out of Maplins. So it's not an expensive camera, but it is pretty good. The video that comes out of it is pretty good. Now, people say to me, what software do you use to broadcast? Because you do all this clever camera switching stuff. So what software is it that you use? Because you seem to be able to switch cameras live. And of course we can switch cameras live. I mean, we can go back to the starting slate thing. If I press this button here like this, and it goes there, it starts in a moment, and then I can switch back, and there we go, and we are back. And I can go to all kinds of other things. I can go to a thing called a black blank, and I can come out of that. And we've got all kinds of other things as well. We've got this one that we use at the end of the show. You'll see that at the end of the show. And we do all this switching live, or we do it using a piece of software called OBS Studio. And we run it on a Linux platform. Now, most of you out there, I'm sure, are probably using Windows PCs or using Apple Macs. We don't use either of those. We don't have any equipment here that is Apple. We don't have anything that is Microsoft. All the stuff that we have here is open source stuff. It's a lot cheaper, and I find you can do more with it. It's kind of leaner, the software and that, and it doesn't bog down so much. So what I can do today is I can show you kind of what I see when we do the show, and I will attempt to talk you through it. Now I've just got to add a few things here. Pop, pop, like that, and then I can kind of take you through this. So are you ready? Here we go. And that is what I see basically when I am talking to you on the show. That is what is on a monitor in front of me. So this is a view of my desktop, and the operating system is Linux Mint with a thing called a Mate desktop on it. So if you want to download the operating system, if you want rid of Microsoft Windows, then you can have a Google around for that. It's Linux Mint. Download it from their official site. It is totally free, to the totally free operating system, and it's great on older computers as well. You'll find it works on older computers better than the latest versions of Windows will. And it tells me, as you can see down the bottom here, it tells me the date and things like that. And then up here there's two windows. These are the two main things. These are the two windows. Now the window that you see on the right, which has got smaller and smaller pictures of me in it, that is the transmission window. That is what is going out live on air at any given time. And the one on the left is the preview window. Now it's the preview window at the moment is set to camera 1, which is the one that's normally on the desk of me, the high definition camera, and window 2, which is the transmission window, that is the desktop. Now if I click here where it says transmission, what it will do is it will put what is in the preview window out to air, as we call it. So if I click that, but of course I've got to do it over here on the actual transmission thing. If I click transmission there, it then puts me back to air normally, and it puts what was on the previous transmission back into the preview, so I can toggle backwards and forwards like that just by clicking this transition button here. And at the minute it's doing fades, but I can do cuts, which cut quickly, and I can do fades like that. So that is kind of how that works. And right, the next thing that you see on that is this list of things down here. These are all the different shots and cameras that we've got. So if I click there where it says camera 2, that will show you the other camera comes up into the preview window. Or if I click on diary, that will show you a preview of the diary, the slate that we have for the commercial breaks, and the web address, and all kinds of things like that. And I can even click on VT. Now that goes blank, but when I put that to transmission, it will, by clicking here, it will then show you a little bit of VT. And there's a bit of VT of one of our videos that's up there on YouTube, and I can click back, and then that puts the VT back here, as you can see, into the preview window, and it puts the desktop back into the transmission window. So if I want to set up my next shot now, and let's say I want my next shot to be camera 1 there, I just click on camera 1, I then click on transmission, and there we are, back to camera 1. And it's as simple as that. Now that is a piece of software called OBS Studio. This is actually OBS Studio 19.0.2, for Linux, and it's a pretty good piece of software. We've also got a sound mixer on it here. You can see that the only channel that we've got open at the moment is this one, Mic Aux, which is the microphone that I'm talking to you in, and if I put this fader down, you'll not be able to hear me speaking anymore. Not be able to hear me. And then as I bring the microphone back up to somewhere there, which is where we normally have it, you'll be able to hear me speaking again. So that is basically the software that we use. Now the brilliant thing about this is it is a piece of free software. As well as Linux Mint, the operating system that this computer uses being free, also OBS Studio is free as well. So if you want to give it a go, get out there and download it. And I believe you can get the Studio software for Windows as well, but we run it on Linux. So that is how it works. That's how we do it, and how we bring the show to you. Right, coming up after the commercial break, we will have the diary for the next few weeks ahead. What events, if you're in this area at least, what events you can go to coming up over the next month or so. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Andy's Shed Live for this Sunday the 28th of May 2017 and episode 11. Now we're delving behind the scenes of the shed this week. As you may have noticed, I'm not actually in a shed. People have said, where are you? Well, I'm just in a little room. I'm in like a little computer room in the back of the house here. But yeah, we are trying to get this more mobile so we can go and move around places. But at the moment when we move around with the show, we do sometimes do videos and that from outside, and people say, how do you do those? Well, we just do them on a little handy cam, and I have got this little handy cam which I think is brilliant, which is this thing here. Now this is a little Sony camera. This it's a HDR CX240. This. Now it's quite old now. If I hold it up so you can have a little look at it. It's quite an old model. You can still buy them, and I got this, I think it was £99 new on eBay. And it's a great little camera. It opens up and it has a viewfinder in there that comes on in just a minute or two when it opens up. You see, and that's come on, and it says open the lens cap. So I'll open the lens cap, and there it is. And you can, maybe if I do that, you can see me through the camera. So that's the little camera that we use when we're out and about recording. As I say, it's a Sony Handycam HDR CX240, and it records onto little memory cards, and then we just plug a lead into the camera, into the computer, and download the stuff onto the camera. So that is how we do that. And then of course the show goes out over YouTube Live. Now at some point in the future I will put a video together to show you how all this is done, and how we do the YouTube linking thing, because I know there are people out there who have asked me, how do you do this live streaming over YouTube and stuff, and I will put a thing together in the future to show you how to do that. Right, without further ado, I do believe it is time for this week's diary. So if you're in the area, if you're in the sort of South Yorkshire, North East Derbyshire area, or if you're going to be visited on your holes and you want to know what to do in June, here are just a few of the things that you might be interested in if you're watching this video. Right, it all starts on Saturday the 10th of June. With the Chesterfield Repair Cafe. Now I know we keep banging on about these repair cafes, and we do keep plugging them, and people say, what are they? Well, basically it's a place where you can take your broken stuff and get it fixed for free, or at least they will try to fix it for you. They're all volunteers. It's all a volunteer run thing. It's a different group of people run them in different places in the country, different places all over the world. In fact, it's an idea, I believe it started somewhere in the Netherlands or somewhere like that, but now repair cafes are all over the world. The Sheffield ones are run by a team who base themselves around Healy City Farm in Sheffield, although it's not actually part of Healy City Farm, the people that run the repair cafe. And the Chesterfield one is run by some people at an organisation called Transitions Chesterfield. So if you want to go to the Chesterfield one on the 10th of June, you can go to their website, which is transitionchesterfield.org/repair cafe, and you'll find a few more details about it on there. Then on Saturday the 17th of June, it's Sheffield Collectors Club, and they're on the move this month. The Collectors Club isn't normally over there at Kelham Island Industrial Museum in Sheffield, but this month they're moving. They're off to have a display day also at Healy Farm in Sheffield. So that's going to Healy Farm as well as the Sheffield Repair Cafe. They'll be there in the sort of classroom by the entrance from around about 10 AM until about 4 on Saturday the 17th of June. And then in July they'll be back at Kelham Island. But for June, just for June, and then also again in August and I think in October as well, but I'll tell you more about that nearer the time. The Sheffield Collectors Club are having an extra display day over at Healy City Farm. If you want to know more about it, if you want to find out any more details, get onto their website, sheffieldcollectorsclub.wordpress.com, to find out more. And then the following day, Sunday the 18th of June, now this is a great event. This is one of my favourites. This is Nether Edge Yard Sale Trail. Now, what's that one all about, I hear you ask? Well, it is what it says on the tin. It's a yard sale. It is an American style yard sale. Basically what they do is you have a map and you go around people's yards, people's driveways, the yards, front gardens or whatever, and they have little stalls in the gardens selling all the stuff they don't want anymore. So it's a bit like them having a car boot sale without the people having to go to the car boot sale. So they can sell bigger stuff sometimes because they don't have to carry it, obviously. So that is what that is all about. Now, so you know whose yards are having the sale, before the event happens, there is a map, and you can download the map from the Yard Sale Trail website. You go to www.yardsaletrail.co.uk and you'll find a map. Now it's already on there, the map, and there's already pins in the map for people who are having yard sales, but more people will probably join the thing as it gets nearer the time. More people will decide they want to join in as it gets closer to the date. So it's always best to download the map or have a look at the map at the very last minute, kind of the day before the actual event or something like that, just so you've got the very latest version of it. So as I say, you can get the map for the Yard Sale Trail and go and bag yourself a bargain by going to www.yardsaletrail.co.uk. And then to round the month off, on the 24th and 25th of June, the Saturday and Sunday, the last weekend of the month, it is Sheffield Steam and Vintage Rally at Northampton near Sheffield. This is an event that's been going many a year now, and it is mega popular. I normally go every year with a stationary engine. Not sure yet what I'm taking this year, but I'll be there in some form or other. So yeah, that is happening on the 24th and 25th of June at Northampton near Sheffield. On the day there'll be plenty of signs showing you how to get there. There'll be plenty of signs on the roads leading up to Northampton, so you'll be able to find it quite easily. So that is your diary of events in this little neck of the woods for June. Saturday the 10th, the Chester Repair Cafe. Sunday the 17th, the Sheffield Collectors Club at Healy City Farm. Sunday the 18th, Netherhead Yard Sale Trail. And the 24th and 25th of June, that weekend, is Sheffield Steam and Vintage Rally. Now, I am aware that all this is very kind of local to us here in the North East Derbyshire and South Yorkshire area, but if you want to change all that and you want us to list an event that you're having, then get in touch with us. The way to get in touch with us is to go to our website. It's andyshed.wordpress.com, and you'll there find a contact form, and just fill in your details in the contact form and drop me a message on there, and we will get back to you. And can I just say at this stage, a big thank you to everybody who has already contacted us via the contact form, and also by leaving comments down there in the comment section on YouTube. A big thanks to everybody who's done that so far. If I've not got back to you already, I will very, very soon, I promise. I do try to get back to everybody. I either reply to the comment or send them a message or something, depending on how they've contacted us. So I know there are a few out there that I've not managed to get back to yet, but I am working on it, honestly. I've got a creaky chair today as well. So, creaky chair's not very good, is it? Right, that about wraps it up for the show today. It's just a short one today. We will be back next week. Now, also next week, it's all the car boot sales and things around Sheffield, because it's the first of the month, the first Sunday of the month. So there's a big car boot sale at the old Abbeydale Cinema on Abbeydale Road in Sheffield next Sunday morning. So if you're going down to that, watch out for us, because we will be there. That is next Sunday morning at the old cinema on Abbeydale Road there in Sheffield. And then I'll be back here 7 o'clock next Sunday night to tell you what I've bought, if anything. So until then, have a great week, and remember, give us a like and give us a subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos and you enjoy all the other stuff on the channel, and have a click around if you're on the channel at the moment at all our other videos and things. There will be some little pointers to 2 or 3 of them coming up in just a moment. But from all of us here for now at Andy Shed Live, have a great week, and I'll see you next Sunday.